Alright, we're back. Well, here we go again. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the press, welcome to my post-draft press conference of the 2023 season, 2024, going into 2024, 2023-24 year. I just have a quick announcement. I was assigned a new job, and so I will be working nights, and I will have to leave early. So, I had a talk with the guys before this. I was just hired a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to be working every freaking day. Well, they're going to give you 2 days off, but they're going to have you work on weekends from 4 to midnight, which means I'm not going to see a lot of football this year, which breaks my fucking heart. However, it is my job. By the way, I had a couple of electricians come in and fix the lighting in this place. Look at this. Watch this. Look at this. Watch this. Oh. You have no clue how satisfying that is. We've been out of power in this room for years. But anyway, it's good to have the electricity back up and working. Regarding my schedule, honestly, I'm probably going to be able to see only the first 2 quarters of each game, which is just it's not good. I know it sucks. I know. I get Tuesday, Wednesday off. That's what I'm hoping for. But they don't know what the hell's going on. But ultimately, people of the press, folks out there, I'm just saying that I will strive to get as much as I can for you guys. But please understand, it's going to be extremely difficult for me to get anything out. I'm not used to making videos so early. I'm used to making them, later in the evening, and I will not be able to do that now. I usually get up between 10 and 12:30, sometimes 1. And so I have to leave the house at around 2:30 to 2:45 at the latest because of the fucking traffic down there. So it's gonna be tough to balance everything out, but I will do my best. All right. Now we can get to the important stuff. All right. So, as you know, April 27th, 8 o'clock, the NFL draft of the 2023-24 season started, and the Patriots, I never thought I'd fucking hear myself say this, we actually fucking did something, guys. We actually did something. So, let's get into these picks. Let me just fix this. Alright, so let's get into these picks. I want to get right into it. Alright, starting with the 17th pick overall. We ended up trading with the Steelers because so that way New York wouldn't end up getting him. The Jets, Sauce Gardner and this guy, it's over, So with the 17th pick in the 2023 draft, the Patriots selected Christian Gonzalez, corner from Oregon. Arguably the best corner in the draft. Me, myself, I prefer Joey Porter, but what the fuck do I know, right? Fuck do I know? Tim, what do I know? What do I know, right? What do I know? Okay, so I'm going to get into everything about him. His size, his weight, his hand size, his arm size, his broad, his 10 split, his 20 split. I'm going to get into everything about him. I want you guys to know everything about him. Alright, so here we go. He's 6'1", 197, 32-inch arms, 9.5-inch hands. Had a 41.5-inch vertical. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. He's got hops. 14 bench press reps. ran a 4.38, has a 1.5410 and an 11.1 broad jump. So he's pretty goddamn athletic. Next gen status score of a 92. So listen, listen. This guy ain't no joke. All right. Has a production score of an 85, which was second among corners. Athleticism score of an 88, which was fourth among corners. And had the highest overall grade in Next Gen Stats overall at his position of a 92. He was projected to go in the first round. No shit, you know. Prospect grade of a 6.7, which means instant starter. Alright? So, I think we may have found our answer at number one corner. You know, every fucking other team, you know, you got the Jets with Sauce Gardner, you got the Bills with Tre'Davious White, and you got the Dolphins with Jalen fucking Ramsey and Xavier fucking Howard now. Those guys, they have a number one corner. We don't. But now I think we do. I think we might. I don't know. He's still unproven. Don't think just because, oh my God, he's Christian Gonzalez, don't think that he's, you know, going to be a Hall of Famer, oh my God. He's still fucking unproven. Alright. Player comparison of, we all know who this guy is, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, DRC. DRC had a second-team All-Pro and 2 Pro Bowls. Now, I'm hoping Christian will do better than that, because that really isn't that great. I mean, 2 Pro Bowls, and how many years did he play? What, 10, 11 years? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Alright, so here's his pros. He has a desired blend of size, speed, and explosiveness. He's nice and fluid and loose in his movements, so he's pretty much mastered the line drill that they go through at the combine when they backpedal and they flip. You know, he's pretty much mastered that. Okay. He bullies receivers with his press. I don't consider him to be a press corner. I consider him to be a zone corner. Okay. Just gonna sit back and just play 30 yards off the fucking guy. You know, that's not coverage to me. That's sitting in a zone, and anyone that comes into your zone, then you cover them. That's, to me, that's not real coverage. Okay? Alright. He's flip-floppity, and he's got a good skip and flip, meaning he's here, then he's here, then he's here, then he's here, then he's here. So he's salsa, you know, like last year with Marcus, right? He has what I like to call look and lean. Now, look and lean is a term that corners use and DB coaches use to teach kids how to stay with a corner and force him out of bounds to the boundary, which makes the throw incredibly hard for the quarterback, unless if you're Aaron Rodgers. So looking and leaning is when you're kind of playing trail and you kind of just lean into the guy and you try to force him off balance and into the sideline like that, like what I just did. That's look and lean. It's also called crowd and push, but I call it look and lean. So he's really good with look and lean. Shuffles and swerves in space like a freaking hand glider. He's so smooth. His movements and body control is just smooth as butter. Not margarine, butter. Okay? Alright. He has rare recovery speed and kick speed for a corner his size. He's almost 200 pounds, and he moves like he's so agile. You know, he's like agile, like a precious baby deer in the middle of the meadows, you know. So, and he gets off perimeter blocks, which is good, and he can block kicks. You know, he's a long corner, so he's got a good enough, should have a good enough wingspan in order to stretch his body out and block some kicks, which is good. Alright, here's the cons. Alright. His instincts to create catch challenges are a little spotty, which means the way kind of how he kind of challenges the receiver to make him catch the ball, to make it tough for the receiver to catch it, that's a little sus, He has below average anticipation for jump routes, So he's not one of those guys to break on a ball, I don't think. Well, I mean, he is, but it's not very good. His anticipation rate, it's not really that great. He's inconsistent finding an optimal positioning to constrict the catch area. That's just a fucking fancy way of saying he doesn't get in good position to make the catch tougher for the receiver. Okay. Average feel for angles attacking the throw, which means he's kind of like he takes the wrong angle when he anticipates a throw. He's kind of like, shit, should I go that way? Should I go this way? It's what the hell. This one pisses me off. He's slow to get his head around to find the ball downfield. It's not that he doesn't look back for the ball. It's just when I don't know why you would do this, but say he's playing outside on an in cut. We like to have this thing called a speed turn, and a speed turn is kind of a way for corners to avoid getting beat, even though they clearly got beat. A speed turn is basically this. If you're here, you're playing outside on an in cut, and all of a sudden you go like this, that's a speed turn. It's kind of stupid to look at, because it's like, oh shit. It's retarded to look at. He needs better awareness in stopping the run. He's got to stop the run better. Now, I just mentioned that he could get off perimeter blocks, but this next point, he can't tackle to fucking save his life. So, well, exactly. Alright, I'm giving him a B+. I'm not giving him an A because he's still unproven. Alright? Alright, now, that's done. Alright, next, 14 picks later, 46 overall in the second round, we picked a guy named Keon White from Georgia Tech. He's an edge rusher. 6'5", 285, which is pretty much the same exact size as Dietrich, which concerns me a little bit because Dietrich was a 4th round pick and Keon's a 2nd round pick. So, I mean, it's what are we doing here, So, anyway, 34-inch arms, 10 and 1/8 inch hands, so he's got pretty big hands. Projected to be in the 1st and 2nd round. Prospect grade of a 6.43, which means he'll be a good starter in 2 years. Got a next-gen status score of an 81, which is good. Production score of a 75, which was 10th among edge rushers. Athleticism score of an 82, which was 4th in edge rushers. 6'5", 285. He's extremely athletic. He's crazy athletic for his size. Okay. Total of an 81, 3rd among positions. Okay. Now I want you to remember, this is like Nolan Smith and everyone else. He's 3rd, and he's a 2nd round pick. Think about that. 46th overall. His player comparison is John Franklin Myers from the Jets, who's honestly a nobody. All right. All right. Here are his pros. Outstanding bend and size. Bend of size and athleticism. He bullies tackles with a bull rush. He has sudden hands. He has odd and even playability, so a 4-3 odd, 4-3 even, 3-4 odd, 3-4 even. He can play anything, and we run a hybrid defense, which means we mix it up all the time. So he's good with that. He's a perfect fit for us. His pursuit speed and short area quickness is very good. He's got enough gas in the tank to rally through the block, which is good. He'll fight his way through, which is good. I always love to see that. And he's got, again, his bend. It's so exciting to watch. It's like a heavier version of Josh, Alright, here's where it all fucking goes to shit. He's inconsistent. These are his cons. Slow no shit, there's cons. Slow diagnosis of blocking scheme, meaning his IQ isn't really quite there yet. He just wants to go out there and destroy the guy that's in front of him. But he's kind of, right now, he's kind of like a play harder, not smarter kind of guy. But you want to play smarter and not harder, but he's the opposite. But that's fine, because we got great coaches. We got Steve, we got DeMarcus. We'll be fine, alright? Below average punch into the full extension to control the block, which means he doesn't really go 100% in with his punch. He'll just try to fight his way through and be like, he's not like like you see in Madden when Aaron Donald just runs right through people and just, he's not like that, okay? He can't shed blocks with his upper body, which is why you see him struggle through the block. Alright? He has no body control at all. And he's got to work on his hands. I don't need to see this shit. Okay? No hands to the face, no face mask. I don't want to see this shit. Okay? I don't want to see him tugging on people's face masks. I don't want to see that shit. And another thing, I watched him on film. Someone pointed this out. He's incredibly slow. He is so slow. It's crazy. However, I will say that he has a versatile armory with his weapons of what he can do. He can hit you with a swim, he can hit you with a rush, he can hit you with a backspin. He'll hit you with anything, which is why I love him so much. But he's so goddamn slow when he does it. I gotta see quickness. I know he's 290 fucking pounds, but try to, a little pep in your step, You're right here, quick off the edge, like Everson Griffin. I need to see Everson Griffin type shit, okay? Everson Griffin is literally like a blur. DeMarcus Lawrence, another example, a blur off the edge, okay? TJ Watt, perfect example. Alright, I'm giving him a B for this. Alright, next, third round pick, 13th pick in the third round, 76th overall. We took a guy named Marte Mapu from Sacramento State. He's a hybrid. He's one of those safety linebacker kind of guys. Prospect rate of a 5.98, which is just average backup. Projected to go in the 5th and 6th rounds. So this guy was like Elastigirl reach. Okay. Alright. Fluid. I'm sorry, I don't know the word. Oh, fluid. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to get into that. This is what Daniel Jeremiah said about him. We're going to get into that in a second. His pros, he's a big safety and he supports the run, which means he'll stop the run. Okay. Alright, this is what I love about him. I've watched his film, his highlights. He will fucking kill you when he gets his hands on you. He kind of reminds me of a guy that I wanted, but he ended up going to the fucking Broncos. J.L. Skinner. J.L. Skinner from Boise State. He went to the Broncos. His plan is he wants to hurt you. He wants to hurt you and your family. Okay? He wants to kill you. Okay? That's Marte Mapu. Alright? Run and hit mentality and runs through the tackle. He will kill you. Okay? And he's got 6 interceptions in 2 years, which is alright. Fabulous at reading quarterbacks in zone. Okay. See, he kind of reminds me of Jabril. To be honest. Of Jabril Peppers that can cover. That's good. There it is. That's good. That's great. That's great. Jabril Peppers that can cover. That's great. Size and strength to cover wide tight ends in the zone. Or in space, rather. Alright, now here's what Daniel Jeremiah said about him. He's fluid, he's instinctive, but he's a little undersized, which is fine. I mean, he's a box safety. He's not really a linebacker to me. There's a safety that actually sits there and does nothing and just watches the ball, and then there's actual box safeties. He's a box safety. Okay? Kind of reminds me of Kyle Duggar, too. Also, he doesn't play like he's 217 pounds. He plays like he's 260. He just murders people, All right, so here's what Daniel Jeremiah said. He said, quote, "This is my favorite player in the draft." You know how many players there are? There's 259 people. Out of all 260 people, this is your favorite player. That should open your eyes a little bit. Yeah, it opens eyes, it turns heads, it does all kind of things. But he's still unproven. He can run, he can cover, and he can blitz. Now, we're not really a typical team to send safety blitzes. Why? I don't know. I think it would be a hell of a lot fucking easier for our secondary. Although, you might have to... you are losing space, you are losing coverage. It's like quitting a job. You do lose your health insurance, but you don't deal with the bullshit, because apparently your defensive line can't do anything. Okay. Alright, here are his cons. He's only got a few. He allows blockers to get into his frame. He's got really heavy feet. And his pursuit speed is not good on like stretch plays and all that. Not good. I've seen it. It's like he puts no fucking effort in. If someone's coming right at him, he'll put an effort in. But if he has to run all the way on the other side of the field to tackle somebody, he's just going to half-ass it. And he's got to prove himself. He's got to prove himself. All right, so I'm going to give this one a B. Or, I'm sorry, no, this one I'm going to give a. I don't have a grade here. I'm going to give it. Let me give it a B minus. Let me write that down. Is there more? No, there's not more. Alright. I'm going to give him a B minus for now. Alright, next. This is when the offensive line wazoo started. Alright, right here. 4th round, 5th overall in the 4th round, 107th overall. We took a guy named Jake Andrews from Troy. He's a center. Projected to go in the 6th goddamn round. Played guard and center last year. 31-inch arms, 10-inch hands. He's got pretty big hands. 6'3", 305, prospect grade of a 5.89, which is an average backup. So him and James, I guess, are going to be fighting for the job. James Ferentz. First team All Sun Belt last year, which means he's the best center in the Sun Belt division. Here's pros. He's played almost 3,000 snaps and started 37 games. So he's got some experience. Squared off, broad waist, and thick limbs. He's like a fucking sequoia tree. Actually, I'm just going to quick spoiler. This guy named Antonio Maffi, who we're going to get into, he's a fucking sequoia tree. Fuck that shit. Another spoiler, this guy named City Sow, he's a fucking sequoia tree, if you've seen him. He's humongous of a human being. But we're going to get into those two in a little bit. Alright, he has a quick pop clinch into the pads. He plays with leveraged hands and a powerful core. His wide base drive blocker, he's a wide base drive blocker, which gets movement and finish, which means there's that key word I was talking about last year with Cole Strange, a drive block. Okay? He plays with leveraged hands, so he already knows where to put his hands, which is good, because again, he's got experience. He's played over 3,000 snaps. So another thing that tells me is that he's pretty durable. Okay, so he's here. Right, here he is. Hang on. Here he is, right here. Alright, he plays with leveraged hands. He knows what he's going to do. And right here, a wide base, which means he's wide with it, which allows him to anchor himself. You got to play with good pad level if you want to be a good offensive lineman. So he drives blocks with movement and finish. So he's up, he's here, he'll grab, and he'll drive, and he'll eventually floor you. Which is good. I've seen him. He's good at pancaking people. Okay. Here are his cons. He's not very agile. He's not very athletic. So he's a pure trenches, goal line, 4th down and inches, trap, sting kind of guy. And he's too deliberate fitting into the blocks. He has no length to secure lateral blocks, so no pulling for him. Okay. He's not a very good pass protector. And he doesn't recognize stunts, meaning we all know what a stunt is. It's when you blitz a different gap than what you're supposed to do. It's the way to confuse the offensive line. Say you're blitzing the D gap, you blitz the A gap instead. That's a stunt. And he doesn't know what the fuck a stunt is, which is a little confusing for me. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, if the play's designed to fucking blitz one gap and the guy goes the other way, that's a stunt. Guys, blitz schemes like crossfire, overloads. Those are classic stunt plays, and we ran them all the time last year, especially against the Colts. They had no fucking clue what a stunt was. Anyway, okay, no lateral quickness to defend his gaps, like I said. No pulling, no nothing for him. He's a stationary kind of guy. He doesn't move much. He's just, let me grab this guy and fucking just pancake the shit out of him. Alright, that one I'm going to give a C+. Alright, now this is when the bullshit starts. Oh, fucking God. 4th round, 10th pick of the 4th round, 112th overall. This was 5 picks later. We drafted a fucking kicker. Why? Why do you do this? Why the fuck? Why do you do this shit? Why? What? What? Bad arithmetic? What? Boredom? Amusement? Bad judgment? Probably the last one. Anyway, this guy's name is Chad Ryland from Maryland. 2022 second team All Big Ten. Means he was the second best kicker in that division. 30-inch arms. 9.75-inch hands. Why the hell do kickers have to get their hands measured? I don't understand that. They're kickers. They're not quarterbacks. Prospect grade of a 5.6, bottom bitch. He's a nobody. Alright, pros. He's got 5 years of kicking experience in college, so he's probably stupid too, because he probably stayed back. Made 60% of his kicks of 50 yards plus, which is good. There's something good. He has quality hang time in the kickoffs, which allows the kickoff team to get down there quicker. And he has instant lift with end-over-end kicks. So as long as he's got enough power, I'm not worried. I'm not worried much. Alright, cons. He's only got a few. He's a little inconsistent with his leg swing. He's not very good from the hash. He only had average placement from the hash. And he only made 5 of 9 field goal attempts in a 4-game stretch. Which is like, what the fuck are you doing? That's like a 1-to-1 ratio. You make one, you miss one. What? And you pick this guy in the 4th round? That's kind of high for a kicker. That's actually extremely high for a kicker. Kickers shouldn't be anywhere near the 4th round. They should be bottom of the pack, 7th, 6th round guys. I mean, what the fuck? I'm giving it a D. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Alright, two reasons I'm giving him a D. First of all, it's meaningless, drafting a kicker in the 4th round. 2, if you're going to draft a guy in the 4th round with a 1-to-1 ratio over a 4-game stretch, there's something wrong with you. You don't know what the hell you're getting. It's a 50-50 shot with every fucking kick. 5 of 9, that's about 53-54% of his kicks. It's basically a fucking coin flip. So why take him that early? And I've heard, Jeremiah and everyone else say, he's easily the best kicker in the draft. Oh, yeah, well, I will be the judge of that. Fuck are you paying me for? Alright, that's it. Alright, next. This is 5 picks later. We took another damn guard. 4th round, 15th, 117th overall. There he is, City Sow, that we were just talking about him. 6'5", 323. He's a big guy, really big guy. 6'5", it's a little tall for a guard. I prefer 6'3", is the ideal height, 6'3", 6'4". Maybe he'll play tackle, I don't know. 33-inch arms. He's got a good long arms. He's long, he's big. 10-inch hands. Prospect rate of a 5.8, average backup. 67 next-gen status score, which is average. But listen to this. He's got 13th in production with a 52, which is just ugly. Okay, but listen to this. Out of all the guards in the draft, guys like Skoronski, even though he's a tackle, guys like John Mitchell Schmitz, you know him, he's one of the best guards in the draft. Second most athletic, 86 in the athleticism score, 86, which was second among guards. So for his size and his frame to be that athletic is crazy. Okay? 67 for his total, and that was 8th among guards. He won back-to-back first-team All-MAC 10s last year and the year before that. Went to Eastern Michigan. 5.07.40, so he's fucking slow. Okay? Well, he had a 1.810, a 32-inch vert, 9.2 broad, a 7.623 cone, and a 4.6920. Okay? Alright. Let me see. Let's get into his pros here. He's only got a few. Solid frame and hands. Solid guy. Big guy. Keeps his feet moving in the run game, which is good. Decent radar to find the targets in short pulls. So trap plays are his go-to. Okay? Uses full extension and rolled hips to anchor when he's bull rushed. So let me explain to you, and he's got an accurate, well-timed punch. So let me explain to you how anchoring works. If you're a guard, okay, and you're here, you're ready. You're down here, you're ready. Okay? And you are getting bull rushed. What these idiot pussy fucking guards will do is they'll just kind of back up like this. What he'll do, what you're supposed to do as a guard, well, what he does, what I would like for you to do, is you feel the bull rush coming and you kind of, without breaking your fucking back, you kind of just, let me back up, you just kind of hold on and you just kind of, like that. You're kind of holding your position and you're widening your base and you're using your back and your upper body to just hold on. So you're kind of just like, and you're anchoring, you're not moving. Okay? Because if you move, you're going to get run over. Okay? Alright, so his cons, he's straight-legged from the pop, which means you don't want to play with straight legs. That's a good way to get yourself killed as a guard. His feet movement isn't really fluid, it's more segmented, which means it's like in sections. It's not like this, it's kind of like, it's like that. He kind of shuffles rather than actually runs. It's weird. He takes bad angles, no fundamentals, no body control to speak of. And he can't recognize the twist for extended block sustained development, which means he can't. I'm guessing a twist. I don't know if that's the backspin that they were talking about, but I mean, like the thing that Dwight Freeney uses. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what a twist is. I mean, this ain't what a chubby checker. Let's do the twist. I don't know. So, I'm going to give it a C- for now. I looked at his film. I think Jake might be the better offensive lineman that we have. And then Antonio, and then City. So, alright, so speaking of Antonio Maffi, here he is. 9th pick in the 5th round, 144th overall, guard from UCLA, Antonio Maffi. Second team All-Pac-12 last year, played 56 games. It's tied for second in school history. 56 really isn't that much. 6'3", 338, prospect rate of a 6, which means he has traits and talent enough to be an above-average backup, which is very good. If Mike ever gets injured, if Cole gets injured, there's your replacement right there. Now, he has a player comparison of a guy named Nate Herbig. Who the hell is that? It's like Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? I have no clue who Nate Herbig is. So... Alright, pros. He's built like a big rig. 6'3", 338. He's big. And I think Mike, is the same size. I think he's like 335 or something like that. He's like a concrete block. He's just wide base and broad power zone, generates pop in the early stages of the block. Good hand placement for a base blocker. He's got chippy play, and he throws a stiff punch to kind of stall the pass rush, which, again, it could give Mac that extra second that he needs to find an open guy, and that can mean a lot. That can mean the difference of getting a pick and getting a touchdown. All on the offensive line. All right, here are his cons. He can't guard oversets, which means if he's outnumbered, he's not a... he can't guard oversets. Like a 4-3 over or under. 4-3 over means you're over the center. You're playing, I think, a 1 or 2 technique, some shit like that. He has no recovery quickness in the backside gaps. So wherever the fucking play side is, if he's got to recover on this side, say if someone's going on the D gap on the strong side and then they go A, he's just fucking nowhere to be found, and it creates a wide open hole for the blitzer to get in there. No length, no footwork to protect the edges in space. He struggles with lateral angles as a zone blocker. He has low connection rate to second level linebackers. He doesn't really run up to them, or he's not very good at catching them, if you know what I mean. When I say catching, I mean like when they come at you to blitz, he's not very good at like catching them and stopping them. He just kind of like the linebacker will just run right the fuck around him. And then his pad level into leveraged positioning, meaning he won't adjust his pad level to suit him to make him win. He'll just kind of just sit there and everything. Alright, I'm giving him a C-. Alright, next, 6th round. We had no 5th. Is that a 5th? Yeah, we had a 5th round. Not a lot of 5th round picks, but I think that might have been the only one. Yep, that's our only 5th round pick. Alright, now, here's a guy, in the great words of Chris Collinsworth, here's a guy who was supposed to be, I think, a 2nd or 1st round pick. 4th at the most, at the latest, and now he dropped all the way to a 6th. And his name is 6th round, 10th pick in the 6th, 187th overall, wide receiver Kayshon Boutte from LSU. Anytime you see the word LSU, think good. LSU makes good receivers. Jamar Chase, Odell, Jarvis Landry, they make good receivers. Ohio State, obviously, Jackson Smith and Jigba went to the fucking Ravens, I think, or some shit. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, all those guys. Paris Campbell, I think, went to Ohio State, but he's on the fucking Giants now, so fuck that guy. Anyway, 5'11", 195, 31-inch arms, 9.5-inch hands. Prospect grade of a 6.1, which means he's a good backup and the potential to become a starter. Next gen status score of a 72, which is good. But listen to these things. A production rate of a 67, which was ranked 21st. Just, ugh. Oh, listen to this one. A 60 for athleticism, 45th. Ew. You know, ugh. Total. 22nd with a 72. Alright, he had a 4.540, I think a 4.53 actually, a 1.5810, a 29-inch vert. So he's not very athletic at all. 9.10 broad and a 4.2520. Player comparison of Terrence Marshall, who just got drafted. He's on the Panthers. He went to LSU, I think. He's got 131 catches, 1782, and 16 touchdowns in his career. 735 freshman year, 735 yards his freshman year. And he was a 2020 freshman All-American. And he was supposed to go in the 4th round, and we took him in the 6th. So, steal? Maybe? I don't know. Alright, pros. Desired blend of size and speed. He's clutch. He steps up. He rises to the occasion in big games. Vertical speed supported by second gear. Alright, there's a new term I want to throw at everybody. We call this a tempo change. And the only reason I know this is because of fucking C.D. Lamb's goddamn ass. Because the route that he ran against us, max rookie year, overtime, I think it was at the 40-yard line or some shit like that. I think like 6 minutes left in overtime. Guy's in the slot, I think, runs a fucking crossing route, and just runs right fucking by Jalen Mills. But what he did was something called a tempo change, which means he starts off kind of half-assing it, and then he'll just... That's a tempo change. Kashawn is good with that. So Jalen Mills, have fun. Alright. He strides to separate across the field, so he's perfect for drag routes, crossing routes, in cuts, digs maybe. And his hip bend and break, he has good hip bend and he breaks hard and opens to the receiver, to the quarterback quickly. So another thing, we call this, he understands how to snap down, but it needs a little work. Because if we know what a snap down is, if you've ever watched Chad Ochocinco, who I think is the greatest route runner ever, not the greatest receiver, the greatest route runner ever, he probably is the master of running comebacks and hitches and all that kind of stuff. What he'll do, he'll just run, and then just snap down. We call it a snap down. Drop your hips, bring your eyes to your knees, your chin to your knees, not your eyes, your chin to your knees. You run, you sell, and then you snap down. Kashawn is good with that. Alright. He has twitchy plant and burst to uncover cleanly underneath. And rack. He's very good at, yards after the catch. Alright, cons. Again, just like Taekwon, he doesn't fucking restack. Yeah, Jesus fuck. Especially when you have a good tempo change technique and you don't fucking restack it. What the fuck is wrong with you? He catches more with his body. He doesn't use his hands. He just uses his body to catch shit, which isn't good. He's a receiver. He needs to catch with his hands. With his 9-inch hands, he needs to catch with them. He has an unconvincing drive phase for intermediate routes. So, dig, anything, not very good. Not a lot of snap off, like I said. It needs work. He's got hands like feet. He had a lot. I think he had like 13 drops his freshman year. Yeah, bullshit. If you're going to drop passes, get the hell out of here, please. And he has a fucked up ankle. He has 2 surgeries on his right ankle. I mean, come on. Seriously, so he's like Odell. He has a fucked up ankle. He's like Odell. Alright, I'm giving him a C. I know that's disappointing. I watched this film. I mean, it's disappointing. I was so hopeful for you, Kashawn. I really was. Anyway, look at this bullshit. Look at this. 6th round, 15th, 192nd overall. We picked a fucking punter. Why are we fucking signing punters? Why are we drafting punters? Why? Why are we drafting punters? What the fuck? What are you doing? What the fuck? What's going on here? You're fucking saving for free agency. What the hell's going on here? 6'2", 216, 30-inch arms, 9-inch hands. Again, I don't know why punters need their hands measured. Punters and kickers. He's an average starter or a special teamer. I mean, I'm not going to see him, starting on offense, so obviously he's a special teamer. Alright, here's his pros. He led the nation in both gross and net net and gross yardage in punting. 8 out of 12 games, he had 60-plus yard punts. His directional punting has been successful. That's good. If he wants to put him in a spot, he'll put it in a spot. He gets the punt off in time. And he can rescue shitty-ass snaps, which is good. Here's his cons. His hang time is ass. He's a power punter. He's not an accuracy punter because, here's the thing. He outkicks the coverage, which allows the punt returners to get a chance. He punts it so fucking hard, the ball's already way the hell down the field before the gunners get down there. I mean, what the fuck, 2 punt return touchdowns in 2020, which isn't really that bad. It's only 2. How many games are in college? Think about it. He has no consistency near the end zone and lacks accuracy. If a coach says, hey, put it on the left side of the field inside the 3 for me, will you? He can't do it. Can't fucking do it. Giving him a D+. First of all, because we should not be fucking drafting punters or kickers. Fuck them. Fuck them. Alright. Now, this is probably our second best, no, maybe not second or third best player that we got, and I think our best receiver. With the 6th pick, the 6th round pick, 6th round, 33rd, 210th overall, the Patriots signed Demario Douglas from Liberty. And I didn't write his college down, and I fucking should have. Alright. 5'8", 179, so he's puny. He's a midget. You look at him and you're like, oh shit, a midget. It's like, oh my god, it's a midget. What the hell's going on here? I see a midget in the NFL. What the hell's going on here? Alright, 30.25-inch arms, 8 3/4-inch hands, kind of small. Prospect rate of a 583, average backup. Again, his next-gen status scores aren't great, 67 average, 66 in production, 25th. Athleticism, 73, it's 21st, and 34th in total with a 67, which is average. He ran a 4.44 40, a 1.54 10, a 39.5-inch vert, 11.2 broad, the broad jump was good, and a 4.29 20. 79 catches, 993 yards, and 6 touchdowns last year, led the team. 2 punt return touchdowns in his career, 172 catches, 2193 yards, and 16 touchdowns in his career. He had 701 just in 2021. Again, he had 2,193 yards in total in his career. All right, here are his pros. He's very shifty to get off press. Drives to widen the coverage for break leverage. So he'll drive and he'll make everything look convincing to make himself, to suit himself, give himself an advantage for leverage advantage. disguises the comebacks with vertical push, and what do we always want to do? We always want to make everything look like it's a fade until it's not. And he's the master at it. Keeps coverage guessing at the stem. Again, the same thing. You fucking sell vertical, sell vertical, sell vertical, sell vertical, snap down. He's good. I think his best route, is his comeback. It's incredible. And he's so fucking elusive. His ball tracking is good, and his run after catch is good. His punting and kicking returning is good. He's got punt and kickoff experience, and he's so elusive. So that's good. Okay, here are his cons. He's little. He's puny. He's a midget. Okay? He doesn't have route planning and attention to detail. He doesn't really improvise. He's not an improviser. He's not like Cooper Kupp. He's not like Justin Jefferson, he's not like Stephon, who just says, all right, he's not like an option route kind of guy, like Edelman and Steph and Justin and Cooper. He's kind of just, all right, you're telling me the route, I'm running it, but I got beat. What the hell do I do? So he kind of drifts a little bit at stop routes. His 50-50 balls isn't good because he's fucking puny. He doesn't hold on to the ball when he's going to the ground. That survive the ground bullshit, it's not great. And this shit pisses me off. He's got 6 fucking muffs as a punt returner. Remember how I told you about Marcus Jones? If this guy turns into Cyrus Jones, it's not going to be good for everybody. I'm going to give him a B- because of his film. I've seen his film. It's amazing. Alright? Alright, next. 6th round, 37, 214th overall. Amir Speed, a corner from Michigan State. 6'3", 209. He's got good size. 32-inch arms, 78 3/4-inch wingspan. He's got a 32.5-inch vert, 10.3 broad, a 4.26 20, 4.3 440, a 7.3 cone, a 2.55 20, and a 1.56 10. Meaning the 10-yard cone, the 10-yard shuttle, and all that bullshit. Yeah, that's what that is. And that's it. I couldn't fucking find anything on him. No pros, no cons, no player comparison, no next-gen stats, no nothing. So I'm going to give him a D, because I don't know who the hell he is. Alright, next. 7th round, 28. 245th overall. This was 31 picks later. Drafted another corner by the name of Isaiah Bolden, so we're clearly adding some height. Amir is 6'3". Isaiah is 6'2", 203. So we're clearly adding some height, which is good. I like those. Prospect grade of a 5.67, bottom bitch. Priority free agent as his projection for the draft. His pros, he's size and strength and length to squeeze the vertical routes. Height, weight, and speed numbers are outstanding. Sudden burst to close out loose receivers. Physical player with an upside as a run defender. And he's got 2 kickoff touchdowns in his career. So I don't know what the hell it is with all these players at defense fucking returning punts. I don't know. Alright, his cons. He plays upright and he's susceptible to jab fakes inside the route. So like shit like that. So needs better awareness to route traffic around him. So again, with the jab fakes, anything like a box cut or a split release or shit like that, he'll kind of freeze and he'll just be like, huh? So that's not good. That's not good. He loses track of targets when peeking into the backfield. So keep your fucking eyes on your man, please. And he has trouble gathering and change of direction laterally as a tackler. So his tackling is a little sus. He could use some work with the tackle. I'm going to give him a C-. Alright. Now, this guy. This guy was an undrafted free agent. And this guy, I think, was a steal. I've seen his highlights. He's thrilling to watch. And I remember we drafted De'Aaron King, who's now in the XFL, and this guy, a fucking carbon copy of him. Athletic as shit, playmaker, elusive as all hell. He's good, but he's not a passing quarterback. He's a run-first quarterback, which isn't really our system. So, his name is Malik Cunningham. He's a quarterback from Louisville. Now, if I remember correctly, there's this one guy I know. It was the first-round pick back in 2018, 19, something like that. I think 2019, but I'm not sure. He was a quarterback. 32nd overall. We actually traded this fucking pick. And I think his name is Lamar Jackson. He went to Louisville, didn't he? When I say that, I mean, yeah, I know he did. I'm just saying. He went to Louisville, right? This guy, elusive, fast, breaks tackles, shifty, and he went to Louisville. He's another Lamar Jackson. I'm not even kidding. And just like Lamar, he's not a very great thrower. Now, I'm tired of all this Colin Cowherd bullshit when he says, I'm sick and tired of when people say Lamar can't throw. He cannot throw when he's either inside or outside the pocket. I don't know which one it is, but he cannot throw in one of those two situations. I don't know why that is, but he's not a passing quarterback. He's a run-first quarterback. This is the last fucking time I'm telling you all. Okay. Alright, Malik is 6 foot 192, so he's like another Bryce Young. Alright, as far as his frame. 31-inch arms, 9.5-inch hands. Next gen status score of a 68 average. Production 62, 12th overall among quarterbacks. Now listen to this one. Now I want you to imagine, okay, you got Anthony Richardson, who went to the Colts. You got Will Levis, who went to the Titans. You got C.J. Stroud, who went to the Texans, and then you got Bryce Young, who went to the Panthers. Those are the big-name quarterbacks. And I don't think I'm missing any. Well, you got guys like Hendon Hooker and all those I don't know where Hendon went to, but the three main guys are Anthony, C.J., and Bryce. Those are the three guys. Anthony went to the Colts, C.J. went to the Texans, Bryce went to Carolina. Those were the big three quarterbacks. But this guy had an athleticism score of an 89, third most among quarterbacks, not among just the quarterbacks. I'm talking Hendon Hooker, I'm talking Will Levis, C.J., Bryce, Anthony, all these guys. He was the third most athletic quarterback, and he was undrafted. That should kind of tell you something. And he has a total score of 68, which was ranked 12th. All right, 4.5340. So he's got decent enough speed. And a 1.5110. Round projection of a priority free agent. All right, here are his pros. Dynamic athlete with dual threat capabilities. No shit. Alright? If anyone's seen his film, yeah, no shit he does, okay? Stresses defenses with RPOs and zone reads. He's very good with that. And I know Bill, not Bill Belichick, the other Bill O'Brien, the Irishman, not the Croatian, the Irishman. I'm hearing a lot of guys like Dan Orlovsky, who's saying that the Patriots need to start running more RPOs with Mac. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of RPOs. I don't know why. I just never really got into them, you know. Never really got into him. I look at them more as something that Lamar would do. And Mac Jones is no fucking Lamar Jackson, okay? Let's just get this shit taken care of, alright? Good accuracy when he's in rhythm. So when he's, he's on point with his accuracy when he's in a rhythm and he's getting going and he's warming up, he's good. So he's usually consistent when he warms up. He has instant burst to outrace pursuit to the corner. So in other words, if there's a 4th and 6, 4th and 5, and you know how those quarterbacks will take the fucking ball, they'll do like a read option, or they'll just take it under center, or they'll be in the gun, and then they'll just run if they're under pressure. He will definitely get the first down by running to the corner. He'll get it. Or if he's got to go to the pylon, he'll go to the pylon and get a touchdown. He has running back-like vision in the open field, and he's elusive as shit. I want you to imagine DeMario, the guy I was talking about with the comebacks and all that, but as a quarterback. That's Malik. So I really like Malik. I like him a lot. All right, here's his cons. His frame is he's not built. He's not built. He's narrow hips and a slender frame. He's like Slender Man, you know. He stares the coverage into his intermediate targets, which I don't really quite know what that means, but it can't be good. He failed to develop in 2019 and build on a solid first season. He was like a one-hit wonder. He was like Rick Astley. He was like a one-hit wonder. And then this one is fucking. This is shit. Listen to this. He cannot throw a deep ball to save his life. He just can't do it. For every 3 deep balls, only one of them is going to be completed. He just can't do it. Can't fucking do it. Just 31% deep ball completion percentage. That's whack. That's trash. That's whack. Okay? Okay. Alright. I'm giving him a B-. Okay, alright, next. We're almost done here. This guy named Johnny Lumpkin from Louisiana is a tight end. He was our second undrafted guy, and I think we're actually done with undrafted free agents. We only signed 3. There's our second. We got another guy after this, and then we're done. So, Johnny Lumpkin from Louisiana. 6'5", 265 is a big guy. Round projection, priority free agent. Couldn't find any of his numbers on the 4-year or anything. Rare combo of size and length. Here's his pros. He opens up his gait and gathers speed and space. He uses his frame to block out defenders on stop routes underneath. So if there's a stop route, he'll have his hands out, he'll catch it, and he'll just bring it in. Quality lateral movement for backside cutoffs as a zone blocker, which is good. So if a ball's going to the strong side and there's a weak side pull, he's good with that. Flashed ability to kick on the edge or climb and seal linebackers. So if you got guys coming in the D gap, fuck him. He'll shut them down. Alright? And he showed potential with pass protection, so I don't know if they're going to put him as a tackle. I mean, that would be very weird. He's only 260 pounds. But he's a pure blocking tight end. He's not going to do shit with receiving. And as you can see right here from his cons, he needs more grit. He's got to play with more grit, and he needs a better core. His hand placement and bend at the point needs work, which means hold, hands to the face. He lumbers out of his stance when running routes, which is fucking embarrassing to watch. He's not a route-running tight end against linebackers, and he's got no yards after contact, no rack, no run after catch, no nothing. I'm going to give this one a D. And then this last guy, I couldn't find one thing about him. His name is Jordan Halig from Appalachian State. He's one of those hybrid linebacker safety guys. He's about 6'3", I think 219 or some shit like that. But I don't know much about him, so that's it. All right. So I think we might have something here finally with the first round pick. To be honest, with Kayshawn and Demaria, I'm really looking forward to seeing those two guys. Looking forward to seeing the offensive linemen. Looking forward to seeing everybody, especially guys like Malik, guys like Keon and Marte, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. But I think my favorite player is probably Christian. I'm really excited to see Christian again. I would have took Joey Porter, but what the fuck do I know, right? So thank you very much, people of the press. Let's see, what are we up to here? Hour and 5 minutes. All right. So. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you very much, people of the press. Again, with my schedule for work, I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm at. This job is extremely hard. It's very stressful. It's a little confusing at times. It's crazy. So, but I'll try to see what I can do. I'm really upset about not being able to see the players on the field as often. That's really gonna bother me. So, I mean, and then you got people saying, well, you want to work, you got to make a sacrifice. Welcome to life. Yeah, go fuck yourself twice. Anyway, so that's it. I'm gonna leave it there. But at the end of all this, I think we got something. So we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you, people of the press. Appreciate it. No questions for now. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone.